Greetings everyone. Welcome to the RECode event of 2025. I'm LEKA from BECSC G2. My roll number is 22Z365. So here two questions are posted in the program exam website, and these programs have to be sorted. Okay. So the first question is a string will be given and we have to convert the string into an array of characters and I have to manipulate those characters. So what is that? Basically, a group of consecutive characters will be present in the string. Or we can sort the array into such that we can get a group of consecutive characters. So if the group length is 1, I just append that particular character to my output string. Or else, if the group length is greater than 1 but less than 10, which means if it is a one-digit number, I just append that particular character along with its group length. And the third case is the group length is greater than 10, which means what? It is greater than 10 means it will be like a two-digit number. Let's say if it is 23. So we append that character and 2 and 3. Like that, we split that number into two digits and then we add it. So this is what to be done, and we are supposed to use only constant extra space. So I had two approaches to solve this. One was I initially thought of using a hash map. So I have used Java for solving this problem, and in Java, we are allowed to use hash map. So which means for each character, I can add its count in the as in the like map and key value pass. But still, it uses an order of n space because for each character in that array. So I'm ignoring it. I'm just doing an in-order traversal and replacing it in within my input string. So let's see the input and how it is actually calculated. So if the input is A, B, B, triple C, so A occurs for 2 times, so it should be like A2. And B 2 times, B2. C occurs for 3 times, so it should be C3. And here A occurs for only 1 time. As I said earlier, if the group length is actually 1, then we just add it only that particular character B. And here A occurs for 1 time, so I just keep it as is A. And B occurs for like 12 times, so B should be appended as B. And then 12 should be split as 1 and B. So these are the sample test cases, input, output, and for the three different test cases of them. So this is the Java code to solve the problem. So initially, I just created an empty string yes, and using the scanner class, I get the input from the string. So now what I have to do is I have to like sort or just manipulate the strings, and I have to convert it into kind of like an array. So in order to convert the array, use this to-char array function. But before that, if you can see if the input, like usually the input will be given. Just a second. Input actually will be given as x is equal to, let's say, AA. The space will be given between that each and every character. So in order to ignore that space, I'm using this double slash yes plus and just replacing it with some empty character and convert it into an array. And then I have used the string builder to store the output. So before that, I have sorted the array so that I can have the consecutive characters together. Now I perform a traversal. So this traversal will obviously take an order of n time. So this will be the total time complexity. I just check if the character is equal to my previous character. If so, if it is equal to my previous character, then that's fine. I just increment its count. And I just append that particular character to my output string. If its count is greater than 1, I append that particular count also. Otherwise, I just append that character only. Then once a particular character is done, I just replace again the count as 1 because I have to move on to the next character. So this repeats for every character. Similarly, I should also handle the last character in my string because I consider from 1 to n. So when I just append the last character and also if its count is greater than 1, that particular count is also appended. Finally, I return that length of the string which is asked to print. So this will be the algorithm or logic, whatever. So I initially remove the spaces between the characters and then convert the string into a character array. I iterate through each and every character, and before that we can sort it before the consecutive characters. And if so, just append its if its count or group length is greater than 1, append the group length also. Otherwise, only append that particular character. And if it's greater than 10 digit number means that digit should be handled as single digits and everything. Last character is also handled and the length of the compressed string is greater. So order of n time complexity and order of 1 as the space complexity. So these are the test cases which have been passed. Okay. This is the second problem. This is a quite interesting problem. So which is given, I'll explain in chess. Each step of a night comprises stepping by two squares horizontally and one square vertically. So as we know in a chess, knight is one of the like the chess point, which can move either like two steps horizontally and then one step vertically. As we know, it goes like a L shape. So let's say initially the knight is in the position 0, 0. Consider it like a graph, like how we draw a graph. Is this is the x-axis and this will be our y-axis. So let's say a knight is in this position 0, 0. And obviously we know to play chess, so it can move in L directions like this or like this, and then another L like this it goes up. So if you consider the knight to be in the 0, 0 portion, the possible moves are obviously it's 1, 2, minus 1, 2, 1, minus 2, minus 1, minus 2, and this goes on. So we begin from the location 0, 0. Now our question or the problem statement is we have to find the minimum number of steps needed for a knight to get into some arbitrary position. Let's say the position is x, y. So the initially knight is in this position and that x, y can be some other point, let's say here or somewhere. So what are the minimum number of steps? So let's say the position x, y is this one, which is given by my pointer. And if the knight wants to move, it definitely needs two steps because the knight will move to here, another step to here, knight reached portion, or the knight will move to this particular portion and from here it goes to my last portion. So it takes two steps. So this is what we have to find in this problem. So the input is given the like a pair x and y. We have to find the number of steps to move from 0, 0 to x, y. Okay. So 1, 2 if the portion is, then only one step is needed. If the portion is 2, 4 in your chessboard, you need two steps for the knight to move from 0, 0 to 2, 4. And this is one. So let's say the approach which we have used in this problem, which will use the BFS. So BFS is best for search because I have to keep track of my visitor, and also I check, if my current pair or the current point is equal to my given point in the equation. Okay. So the time and space complexity is obviously order of n square because we use two groups inside it. So let's see the Java solution for this. Initially, I have created a 2D array which represents all the possible points for a knight to move from the position 0, 0, which is 1, 2, 2, 1, minus 1, 2, 2, minus 1, and the symmetry of each other. Now the function will be called with the values x and y, which is will be given by the question. Question. Okay, so this take the absolute value of both x and y because as I have seen here minus 1 comma minus 2 and its absolute value is 2 comma 1, which is also present in the array. So I initially take the absolute values of both x and y. Now we keep track of a visited set and also a queue. Okay, so this queue basically consists of for the x value, y value, and also the number of steps. Okay, so initially it is all 0, so the queue is loaded with the value 0, 0, 0. And the visitor, I have visited the point at the 0, 0. So that vector is visited, so it is added to the visited set. Okay. Now until my queue becomes empty, going on in the loop. Okay. So first what I do is I just pull out my queue value and then retrieve my current x, current y, and also the steps. Okay, which will be equal to current of 2. Okay. So now I'm just taking if my current x and y is equal to the vertex given in the equation. If so, I directly return the steps. Okay. If not, what I do is until my queue becomes empty, I'm going to the next step. So which is like we using another for loop, hence the time complexity is order of n square as I said. So here what we do is from the moves which we have declared as we have already declared the 2D array of moves. So from that move, I'm just retrieving each and every vertex and calculating new x and new y by adding with the current x and y. And then the key will be like in order to tell like 2 comma 2, I'm just creating string key and then loading its value and check if it is already visited. If it is not visited, make it as visited and also add it in the queue by incrementing the steps. So this procedure moves on, and where it ends the like the function where or the not the function where the loop will get ended, it means when the current x and y is equal to the question given in which is equal to the x and y given in the question. Okay. So if nothing is so, then I just written minus 1, which tells like it's not possible for it to make that particular question. And the main function, we have a scanner class to get the input or fetch the input from the user. And finally print the value x and y. So yeah, and all the test cases have been passed for this. So and the time complexity, space complexity, order of n square because we have used the stack and queue for storing all those visitor set, and also two for a while loop. From inside we have a for loop, so let's have a look inside. So this is how the two problems are solved in the pad portal. Thank you.